Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It is the Benjamin Bloom football show at half time for Leeds versus Stoke. And it is Leeds 1, Stoke City 0. The goal right at the end of a first half that Stoke seemed to have done a pretty good job in keeping Leeds out during. But a crazy tackle by Tommy Smith, the right back, on Helder Costa, gives away a silly penalty, and Matthias Klick steps up and sticks that one in the corner. So Leeds 1 up, and the attack versus defence game is now over for Stoke. Now they need a goal. They need to come out. I suspect much of the second half will take that course. But now Leeds, I know they only know one way to play, but they don't need to be committing all of their men forward now, and can sit and wait for Stoke. They won't do that, obviously, but we will see how Michael O'Neill plays it in the second half, because frankly he got it right in the first half and one of his players let him down. Let's go through the action. We'll have a little look at the live table as well, and then we'll get your comments. What did you think of the first half, and what do you see happening in the second half? In particular, get your comments in on how would you play it if you were Bielsa. Now, I know he'll do what he always does, but how would you play it if you were Michael O'Neill? Same system and change it with 20 to go? Or do you go for Leeds and risk being picked off by more goals? A defeat, not a lot of good, but you've got to be in the game to even get anything. So let's have a look at the first half action. So first minute here, poor from Ben White, which is very strange for me. He's had such a good season. Gets caught in possession, and Nick Powell takes it off him, and then White brings him down for a yellow card. Luckily, there was covering guys there. Dangerous free kick. It was Campbell with the first effort into the wall, and then McLean with the follow-up deflected wide. The commentary starts to obsess about James McLean's position, and it appears that out of possession, James McLean, the left-sided attacking player, is coming all the way back to basically be the left back, which then makes a very tight 3 at the back with a 5. Nick Powell then moves across to the left ahead of him. Tyrese Campbell split, so you have a flat back 5 with 2 midfielders sitting, and then 2 wide-ish forwards and 1 up top. So the idea is that McLean does 2 jobs, and he's present in both defence and attack. So we'll see how his stamina is in the second half. But to be honest, for most of that first half, he didn't get into the second half. So interesting tactical idea from Michael O'Neill there, sort of double formation depending on whether you have the ball and when you don't, although really most football teams operate in that manner, don't they? Bamford, 25-yarder on 15, gets hold of it, flies over the top. Good hit there. Chance here on 19. It's loaded defence. They've got that line of 5 back there. Roberts slides it inside for Klitsch. I think it might even be Smith again here. Gets drawn in, suckered in by the ball. Klitsch has got it now, takes a touch, curls the shot for the corner, and it's blocked by Bruno Martins. Indy in his stomach or his nether regions, looked in pain afterwards there. That shot was going in. Then on 21, quite how Leeds do not take the lead here, I do not know. In the first instance, it's brilliant from Bamford. He's got it on the edge of the box. Give and go. Superb from Bamford. Just accelerates and flies through the defence. He's in on goal. Now, I don't know. We've got the still up there. I don't know if Butland gets a hand to that, because Bamford, having created the chance and broken through the defence by himself, tries to dink it. You can just see James McLean on the edge of the penalty box there, is going to get back there in this kind of unorthodox clearance with his left foot. Doesn't want to take that with his right. Gets that one back off the line. So excellent play by Bamford. If Butland gets a hand to that, good save. If not, good clearance. But it falls straight to Tyler Roberts. Look at him there on the edge of the 6-yard box. Butland absolutely nowhere. All he has to do is find that gaping side of the goal He has to score from here, but hits it straight at Danny Bart, who should have no right to clear this, and does so. And I bet every Leeds fan watching this is thinking, oh my God, it's going to be one of those days. How on earth have we not scored from that one? Excellent from Bamford in the first instance. Maybe he should score as well. But if Butland saves it, he saves it, and it is a good clearance. But Roberts really should score with the follow-up there. For the next 10 minutes, this is the thing that will annoy Michael O'Neill the most. The game morphs a little bit more into Stoke's favour. Leeds slowed down a bit. They stopped looking like they're going to get in behind on every single attack. And it starts to look like the defence versus attack pattern is starting to work for Stoke. 36, it's a long ball in, nicely knocked off by Bamford, opens up for Harrison. He slashes that one over. But really, from 21, with that incredible double chance with Bamford and Roberts, all the way through to the goal on 43, which we're about to talk about, no chances created by Leeds. Stoke were getting it right, having survived the Klitsch chance and then the double chance. Leeds should have been ahead, yes, but having survived it, it was working out quite nicely for Stoke. And then, as we say, it's an individual mistake, isn't it? It's nice. We're on 43 now. It's nicely done by Costa in the first instance. Good, quick acceleration away, and he turns. But it's just such a stupid tackle, this. Costa's he's going into sort of the corner of the box. We'll have the still for the match review on the final whistle. I don't have it at the moment. But he moves into the corner. And Costa does exactly the right thing, because he looks at Smith, and you can see Smith is about to throw himself into the tackle. So all he needs to do is just knock the ball directly ahead and wait and take the hit. That's exactly what Costa does. He does everything you'd expect a player in the box to do, and takes the hit, down he goes, and the most stonewall penalty you'll ever see in your life. But so silly from Stoke's point of view, having survived the big chances and got all the way to 43. You could have Leeds frustrated, you could have Bielsa having to make changes, but no, they're going to go in a goal down because Klitsch steps up, cool as you like. The commentator said before, he sometimes just strokes these in the corner, seeming to think that because of the high stakes on this game, he wasn't going to do exactly the same, but he does exactly that. Strides up 2 or 3 steps, he's barely running, right foot just strokes it into the corner. So Leeds have the lead, and Stoke's good work, particularly from sort of 22, well, the second quarter of the game, basically, 22 through to 45, is undone. Let's have a look at the thing the Leeds fans are going to want to see there. There is the halftime league table, and this result, as it stands, would put Leeds back to the top of the table on 81 points. Remember, Brentford, only another 12 for Brentford to play for. So, as it stands, if it stays the same, Leeds basically 6 points, 7 given the goal difference, from promotion, assuming Brentford continue their perfect run and hit 10 out of 10. I can see your comments flooding in. I will get to them in just 1 second. Let's just have a look at the stats for that first half. Look at that, all Leeds. 7 shots to 2, 3 on target, and 2 big chances. You would think those were the 2 in the 21st minute, unless a penalty counts as a big chance. Although, actually, no, that's at 0-0. So, no, I did that just before half-time. 2-3-6 on completed passes. Only, God, look at that, 63 for Stoke. 41 in the attacking third. You can see the pattern is very, very obvious. It was attack versus defence for most of the half, which, if you're at 0-0, is absolutely fine. But as soon as you're 1-0 down, what do you do if you're Stoke? Do you sit there and do the same thing and just hope to stay at 1-0 and then maybe drip attacking players in and hope there's a set play or something of that nature? But it now looks very, very heavily in Leeds' favour. Let's have a look at your comments, and we'll see what you guys think so far. Craig says, Stoke looked quite comfortable until that ridiculous challenge. I agree, yeah. From after the chance on 21, they did look comfortable, and it was working out well for them. Silly. David said, Leeds fortunate to be ahead with that penalty. Crazy defending by Stoke. What were they thinking? Eli says, Leeds don't look amazing, to be honest. Lana says, slowly wearing them down, lads. Another couple this second half, methinks. Does take a lot of concentration to just play defence all match. I guess that's the idea of having McLean coming back. Ken says Stoke played a dangerous game. Keep Leeds out and hope that Leeds will give you a chance, which they normally do. It's very different at 1-0 down than at 0-0. Jaggy, the Polish prince, giving them the lead there. Klitsch, what great player he's been for Leeds. Smith trying to compete with Dean at Birmingham for crazy, stupid, suicidal defending. Yeah, I think we all agree on that. 4-0 incoming, says Lewis. He's confident. Baps is bemoaning the bus park as well. That's what you get when you're top of the league, I'm afraid. People scared of you. Sky having fun with the crowd noise. Feels like 80% have been Leeds are falling apart. Notice there was no Sky TV is, effing whatever. Chris says that pen has reduced my heart rate down to about 100 beats per minute. I thought this meant to be enjoyable. This type of game at the end of the season is not enjoyable at all, is it? So tight, so tense. I'm just seeing pictures now back from half time. Looks like Stoke are out. Sky going to their turbo break. And it looks as though we're going to get some subs as well. So we'll try and finish this off. Read some more of your comments. So Raylan says, better second half for the neutral. Not sure I can take it being a Leeds fan. Mike says, try putting up with this for 56 years. There we go. Michael says, I think they will long ball even more in respects of Stoke, what their approach needs to be, or maybe Leeds' approach if Stoke just mass it. Why would they need to commit men forward if Stoke aren't going to come out? Alistair says, stupid foul. I think we all agree with that. Jin says, we have played really well first half. Top penalty by Klitsch. Should be 2-0, 73% possession. Sky are putting on. Jaggy says, need Pablo on, Harrison off. I think Pablo, maybe you can wait, although I think I'm seeing 2 Leeds subs. So I'm going to keep my powder dry there. James Chester looks like he's on for Stoke. And I'm just having a look and seeing, I'm sure I saw a couple of white shirts there. You would assume that would be Pablo Hernandez, if I am correct. Nathan Collins has gone off. Okay, so centre-half for a centre-half for Stoke. Let's just have a look and see if Leeds are going to make any subs. Yes, Pablo Hernandez is on. Tyler Roberts has gone off. Bielsa loves a half-time sub, doesn't he? You won't see any more probably. So 1 sub each. We're now about to kick off the second half. Please come back at full-time for the full-time match review. It's Leeds 1, Stoke 0. What will Stoke do? Will they stop their mass ranks of defence and can Leeds pick them off for another goal? Here we go, second half. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the second half. See you at full-time. Over and out.